Hey y'all, what's going on? Jamie, that's me here. It's about time for us to get into the latest deets, okay? The latest deets when it comes to the T Hood situation, okay? Um, more news has come out, and this is the news that I hate to have seen, but also glad that it was released because there's been a lot of speculation about what really happened, and we're still learning some of those details, but it's just real interesting. Okay. We are going to get into some stuff. For the people that's new here, have to let y'all know there was a rapper by the name of T Hood who was dating Kirk Frost's daughter, Kay. And there happened to be some type of domestic dispute that ended up leading to his death. All right. There's been stories out there that he was putting hands on her and she called her brothers. Then the story changes to her younger brother Kai was at the home and he called another brother and then it resulted in the death. Then I'm hearing a story where Kai and T Hood got into an altercation themselves. She tried to break it up, so she ended up calling the brother and yeah, at the end of the day it resulted in the death of someone, and what it appears is that the police are saying that Kai is the prime suspect. Now, Kai Frost is the child of Kirk Frost as well as Rasheeda. Understand? Kay, the sister, is not Rasheeda's child, but that is Kirk's child, and that's Rasheeda's stepchild. But yeah, give me 1 second. I need to do something here really quickly. Okay, let's do that. All right. So Rasheeda and Kirk, they got a lot on their hands. They got a lot that they have to deal with this situation. So, okay, there we go. All right. So, can y'all see me? Is it all right? Y'all, it's crazy. This is crazy. So, last night, right, video leaked of T Hood putting his hands on K Frost. Okay. Now I don't know if because there weren't really timestamps, I don't know if this took place that night. It seemed like it may have taken place on different nights, and it seems like this was like the history of their relationship. But she also kind of mentioned that she said she don't get her family involved in their stuff because she feels like, oh, we're gonna be good. Like we're gonna be good after this. So it's no point in getting my family involved or whatever, right? So that is what she says. I do want to play a video, right? I want to play a video from, I guess this is her friend, right? This is one of her friends who came out. She released this video. And yeah, YouTube be acting a little funny sometimes with the footage. So once it shows up, I might pause it or whatnot. But we're gonna get into this video of the friend and what this friend had to say. So let me go ahead and get that video up because Miss Ma'am had a lot of stuff to say. So I think this is it right here. So let's tap into it.
Start this video, I would like to send out my love and condolences to the people that have been affected. I don't condone violence of any kind. I'm not here to bash anybody. I'm not here to mess anybody's image up. I'm just here to speak my truth, what I've experienced, and basically speak up because everybody's doing the most, and it's a lot of clout chasing going on. It's a lot of narratives. It's a lot of rumors. I guess everybody's a detective, so And if y'all don't know what I'm talking about the K Frost and T Hood situation. So the baby mom reached out to me since Kay is my best friend, and I just want to show y'all her messages, point blank period. And I'm just gonna show y'all what the sister said and what the baby mom said. Hold on. So y'all remember the sister actually coming out saying that Kay supposedly set him up. Well, I got messed up the baby mom basically saying that she know personally that Kay didn't set him up because Mr. Kirk personally told her that he don't get involved because he know that his daughter's not going to leave him.
Ooh, so let's pause right here. So what the friend says is, but the thing is, I feel like me and Kate really did not have any ups and downs. The first time we ever met was at the barbecue recently. The only reason I know her family don't be involved is because she told me that Kevin and her brother got into it before. She says, so is his name Kevin or is it Tevin? Okay, but anywho, she says Kirk told me the night of that he washed his hands of the situation basically. But when she called him, he knew that it was something serious because she don't call about SHI with Kevin since they know that she wasn't leaving. She goes on to say it is effed up though. I'm not gonna lie, and then says she couldn't imagine whatever. Right. So that's what's being said. And that answers the question. Because what this young lady is saying is this is his baby mama that she's interacting with, right? This is what's his name? T Hood's baby mama that this young lady is interacting with. So a lot of us was like, well, why Kirk ain't saying now? Why he hasn't stepped up? Why hasn't he done anything? And the reason is because Kirk, it seemed like he don't wash his hands of everything. He ain't trying to deal with it. She gonna continue to go back, and that's kind of what she said in the post that she made. Like, I know that we gonna get into our stuff, we gonna have our issue, and then by the end of the night, we gonna be good. So, yikes.
Here it go right here. His baby mom also told me that, yeah, she knew and she was aware that Hood was on something new. He was on something new. And the person that he would do it with is Sydney/Vanessa. And she has gotten on her for doing that with him because he don't act himself when he's on that particular drug. And I have the message of that. I'm going to show y'all that too. Here you go.
Woo, Chile. That's crazy. So let's get into that. She says, I have no idea. I thought that was an auntie or some until I saw her story. The person responds, that's the only reason people are feeling away. Nobody has anything against Kay. I'm sorry. Nobody has anything against Kay. When we were at the hospital and she voiced the dynamic of their relationship, I told her that she should get out the situation. He also was on something new that I never knew of, but I noticed changes when he was coming around and I wasn't going for that. I'm not letting you do any and everything in my house. Okay. Goes on to say, so I feel like that's one of the main reasons why he really just stayed away. And that's another thing that I have gotten on Sydney about because I think she's the reason that he may be on what he's on.
Her basically saying that he was on something new and that she noticed changes with him and that she had to get on the girl Sydney/Vanessa because that's who she think that he did it, that how he started it. So come on now, like she told me all this. So y'all know Hood got shot Glenwood weekend from the same girl that he does this new drug with, and they allowed her to even be at the candlelight and funeral. But I'm gonna show y'all and let y'all hear of what happened in April, Glenwood weekend, late April. She gonna tell you. I'm gonna show you. Hold on.
Okay, I'm gonna speak this once and one time only on behalf of my friend because y'all is really getting this story mixed up. Two different situations, same nigga. This situation, the first time he got shot, he was out there beating on that bitch Vanessa. Right?
Wait,
her.
Ma'am.
Them niggas that was
Ma'am, wait a minute. Did you say the first time he got shot? Because I was wondering, y'all know they said that he got shot 3 times, right? That's some of the footage that Kay put up on her page of being at the hospital with him. So I'm like, what?
What happened?
And I feel like, let me just keep going. And I'm going to say this. I feel like family knew. I feel like family may have been aware of how he get down.
In April, Glenwood weekend, late April. She gonna tell you. I'm gonna show you. Hold on.
Okay, I'm gonna speak this once and one time only on behalf of my friend because y'all is really getting this story mixed up. Two different situations, same nigga. This situation, the first time he got shot, he was out there beating on that bitch Vanessa. Right? Dogging her. Them niggas that was out there on Glenwood Day, on Glenwood said, nigga, you're not finna beat on this bitch out here. Do that somewhere else. That nigga tripped out. I'll die about this bitch. I don't give a fuck. Out there crashing out. So where was the homies when this nigga was crashing out? I'm confused because the bitches was taking all the grunt for it. That nigga beat every bitch he came in contact with. We thinking, whole time Vanessa the main bitch, this nigga crashing out. She ain't even the main bitch. This nigga getting shit shot up. So that's how my friend got shot. Trying to help. So she out there trying to help.
Oh, wow.
Next thing you know, nigga, whatever the fuck he did, flinch, twitch, move wrong after the whole time he was out there tweaking with them niggas. They finally shot him. He didn't get shot off rip. They spared that nigga. Like, what is wrong with you? What you got going on out here, bro? We not finna do that. You tripping by the bitch. Go ahead. Tweaking. You got help. So what do you mean? Like, I'm trying to figure out where the sympathy part came in. Like, what the fuck was out here being told? Because everybody, oh, get better, get better. That nigga wouldn't have got shot had he not. What? Like, this is shit that motherfuckers be talking about, that social media is not real life. That shit is not real life at the fuck all. So now, I'm hospital next day because my friend, I check her location. She at Grady. She calling me from motherfucking Grady. Guess where the fuck this... Guess where he was? At Grady. Come on. So all in all, I feel like this shit happened late April. It's now August. All this time went by for motherfuckers to try to speak some sense into this nigga. And from what I know from people close, real close by, only the women was trying to get that man healed. Why is it always the women? Always. Homie still popping pills, going out, drinking lean. That nigga drowning, crying for help. Y'all still going out, kicking it, doing y'all thing. Till some shit happened. I was like, oh my God, like I would have never known. You was a bald-faced motherfucking bitch-ass, po-ass lie. Yes, you did know it was gonna happen. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. So all that fake shit that y'all doing right now, I'm not living for it. Not living for it. Because I'm still dealing with my friend who can't walk right now. I don't know what y'all dealing with, but I know what I'm dealing with. I don't want to hear it.
Wow. Wow. I see one of the comments saying, I'm sorry this guy lost his life, but I've never rocked with him after how he berated Maya Campbell at the gas station back in the day. That was him? Never knew that.
I seen the video of the girl explaining what happened with the Vanessa/Sydney girl. Okay, he was shot. He was shot a couple times and was in the hospital for 2 weeks, y'all. Nobody really came to check up on him but my home girl, and you know what I'm saying? None of his niggas for real. Only just a few, probably a handful. And I just don't understand why everybody not going hard and was riding for the niggas that shot him the first time. And y'all allowing this girl to be around. Like, y'all weird. It just seems like y'all clout chasing because who my homegirl is. Because where was this energy when he got shot in April? I'm just trying to understand. And I'm going to show y'all a picture of the girl that was at the candlelight that got him shot. The girl with the cigarette is the girl Vanessa/Sydney that got him shot. So it's very weird that she's able to be there, okay? Mind y'all, she was a side bitch. They got her.
How she got him shot if he was beating on her? If that's the person that he was hitting on, then it's not so much as she got him shot. He got himself shot.
Ass whooped by him. Did you see that girl leave from alone? No, you clearly see her at the candlelight. So make it make sense why y'all trying to say why she didn't leave. Why that girl didn't leave when she got her? And like I said, y'all, I'm only speaking out because this is something that I had to hold in for a very long time off the sake of the respect that I have for my friend to not actually let people know her business. But they done took, his family has embarrassed him for, you know, I'm just, y'all. I'm just gonna show y'all. This is the things he used to do to my friend.
Just crazy. Then he puts his body on top of her.
Before I start this.
Just crazy. So I do believe that he hit her when she got off the bed. There's 2 different videos that are circulating. Now, y'all might have to hop over to IG or whatnot just so you can see the video because YouTube be getting real funny with that at times. But Yeah, he was laying on top of her. I think he punched her at that time. And then when she tried to get up, because he went to his bag, I don't know what was in the bag, but he went around to the bag like he was about to get something out. Then, I think she was sliding down the bed about to get up, and he yanked her back down. There was another time I think she was on the iPad, just, chilling in her room, and then he just comes in there and just jumps on her. It's just really sad because a lot of women go through these situations and they don't say that. They would prefer to keep it private. And I feel like back in the day, it used to be like women being ashamed of everybody knowing that they're getting beat on or whatever the case. But I feel like nowadays, people know they not leaving or they not ready to leave, so they would prefer to not have people in a business type thing. And I really hate that for her, that she experienced that from him. Now, can I say a lot of people have been asking where them as sisters at? Right? The people been asking for the sisters because they've had so much to say. They've been over here defending, advocating for their brother, saying, he was set up and all of this other stuff. They've had a lot of things to say. Well, it's real interesting. It's real interesting because we are going to get into some of what the sisters had to say. And I also kind of want to check out some of the comments as well of how people have been reacting to the matter at hand. Let's see. Oh, what? Let me double check and see. I'm like, what happened to Gossip of the City? Y'all go over there and tell me if Gossip of the City's still up. Oh, you know what else is interesting? Wait. Y'all, look at this. So the neighborhood talk was one of the people that posted it. Okay, girl, I thought they took it down because I was gonna say they done took it down. Now, Gossip of the City definitely, I guess they deactivated their page. I'm not sure, or maybe they changed their page name. But shout out to Erica De Niro. Well, they gave his ass some wings. Yikes, and a few clouds. I hate abusive people. Okay. Somebody says this is how it always is. The family know their son is abusive, but will defend him down to the ground. This is just one of the situations where the sons that they defend so much fucked around and found out. And you know what? Yes, there was a text message that I want to get into. So let me send that over here so that we can get into this text message because that's crazy, girl. That's these folks here, honey. But this is the type of stuff I would like to see, okay? Versus all the speculation and us not knowing what's what, what's going on. I want to see, like, what's what. So now we're learning more. So this is a text message that appears to be between Kay and the guy's mom, right? So this is what Kay had to say. She sent this to the mom. She says, your son put his hands on me. Can you have someone send the Uber for his belongings? He's not going to be able to come back here anymore. And I would like to Uber the stuff to y'all while he's on the way. The mama just responded and said, okay, thanks. See, I personally feel like, moms that know they have a problematic ass son, in my opinion, likes the fact that they can pass that son off onto another young lady and be like, okay, he's your problem now, type of thing. And I feel like that's the vibes that is given just a little piece. And she just like, okay, thanks. Like, damn, now I got to deal with him. He back over here. Now I got to deal with his shit. Kay responds and says, no problem. Thanks again for everything. So then she says, hey, now see, it says Friday, but I'm not sure. I want to believe that this is this past Friday, potentially, right? Which would be, I do believe, the day that he passed away, which was on the 8th. Because if not, I feel like it would give you a date with iPhone. It'll give you like a date like February 26th or something like that. Right. But since this says, but granted, she could have took the screenshots a long time ago. Right. So let's keep going. She says, hey, I'm not fond of anybody breaking my belongings or nothing. He's rude, pushing me, slamming my doors, trying to pop my car tires, ripping my cameras out the wall. Nobody is helping me when it comes to him being domestic. Basically, being abusing her, basically. Nobody's helping her. That's what she said. Mama, she didn't show no more text messages. All we got from the mama was okay, thanks. And it is a bit disappointing, I have to be honest to say, because the mom was over on Facebook and she was saying a lot of things like, don't support Kirk and Rasheeda, don't do this and that until I find out what happened to my son. And I definitely think she deserves to know exactly what happened to her son. I do think that she deserves to know that, but I wonder, like, what are you gonna say now? um I do agree with that, Lachelle. Go to the police, not the mom. And I feel like that's another way of her trying to protect him too. I don't want to get him involved in the law. I feel like a lot of victims operate like that. I think sometimes when people are in the space of being a victim to things, they mind be gone. Right. So I think a lot of the logic externally that we have about people when they in the situation, they don't see it like that. Right. Even with him doing whatever he did, her brother unaliving him, whatever the case, if that happened, however it went, she still somewhat kind of defended him, defended the relationship, came back online. I love him. I this, that, and the other. So she still, in my personal, operated from a space of protecting him. So when you're mentally gone like that, I think that's a common thing for a lot of victims. Let's get into more. Let's see. This is what one of the sisters had to say, right? So she said, show the date and time on these videos. Show outside in the dirt driveway where he got shot seven times total. Y'all feed into the videos if you want to. It's a distraction to the fact someone died at their home. Someone got murdered. Overkill. 5 times in the back. Okay, she says, show that date, August 8th, 7 p.m. Don't show me him in a coat when it's 98-degree weather. So basically, she's saying, you're showing an old video of this man. Okay, if you want to show me something, you need to show me something a bit more recent than that. But I'm like, at the end of the day, it happened. Like he still was abusive. Like, but I do understand that part of like, well, show the video. If you're gonna show that, let's show all the footage. Now, I'm not opposed to that. Right? You sure you want that out? Okay, but that's what she says. Let's see what else we got over here, because there's been more. All right, so another thing the sister said, she says, dang, SHI looks ugly. Now mind you, she posted a lot of things that was like against K Frost, right? She posted a lot of stuff against them, like y'all still set them up. She had a lot to say, but when that video popped out, the second one, that's when she kind of changed her tune. She said, dang, SHI looks ugly as fuck. I do not condone DV, nor did I know about any of that SHI. But why you ain't called the police for your friend if you were so concerned? Or did they just send you them videos? I would have been said something. Right is right, wrong is wrong. Okay. So that is what the sister is saying. She's saying she don't condone the DV, but why you ain't called the police? Once again, that's how the victims be, child. When their head is gone, they don't think logically, in my opinion, how we may think if we're not in the situation or we've removed ourselves from a situation similar to that. But let's keep going. No, not that one. So another sister says 7 times in the back, 5 in the back, or 7 times to the body, 5 in the back. That's not self-defense. Okay, she says this will be in y'all face till he is locked up for what he did. And see, this is the thing too, I have to say that although it may appear as like, the guy was very abusive, whatever the case was, yada, yada. Okay, we see that. It definitely taints his character and make him look bad. But we still don't know the full details of what happened, right? That moment. So it doesn't mean that Kai is in the clear yet. Although it has been reported, that the police are looking at this as a self-defense case. That's what they're saying. But investigation is still happening, because if that's what it was, it would have been closed and shit, right? Who knows? But yeah, just because this guy did what he did, and a lot of us may feel like it was justified or whatever, he still might get charged based on all of the details that they learn about the situation, if it was indeed not self-defense. I think the only thing that really affects Kai, in my personal, and I'm not an attorney, but these are just my thoughts, is the shots to the back. And the fact that the sister made a post when she first came out, when she first made a post, she had a lot of things to say. I don't condone this. I never get my family involved, yada, yada, yada. He's supposed to be here. He was leaving. There was something she said that he was leaving. That portion right there, I'm like, ooh, see, that's why you probably should have shut the hell up. When they told when you said you was advised not to come to the front, you probably should not have come to the front. Because that statement you made, you mentioned that he was leaving. So was he finally leaving the property? Even if he was talking to little SHI. Like, man, shut the fuck talking to me. Yo, all right, boy, all right, right? Walking off, though, still. He's leaving the property. And did he get fired on at that point? You see what I'm saying? So I feel like you kind of, not only did they record you saying your brother did it, they also have documentation now, as it's been all over social media, where you said the guy was leaving. And I feel it's a messed up situation all around, child. It's a messed up situation all around. Give me 1 second, y'all. So yeah, girl, this is crazy. This is crazy, girl. This is crazy. You about to got your brother tied the hell up. And he was trying to defend you. And I'm here for brothers defending their sisters. I'm not even gonna hold you. I'm here for brothers coming through and defending their sisters and having their sisters back. But because she came online and gave additional details, and even if Kirk and Rasheeda decided to pull Kai to the side, and as people tried to say they were hiding him, protecting him, maybe they was trying to lawyer up. But she did, as you could tell from that phone call, the cops talked to Kai, and then they let Kai go. Right. And typically, you know, I would believe that happens where they may talk to a person that they may feel like is a suspect. And if that person is not cooperating, or if their attorney is advising them what they can and cannot speak on, that person is free to go. They have to continue to do their due diligence and do their investigation, because if Kai don't got no criminal record, which is why they like to find out whether you got a warrant or something like that, so they can try and hold you. So if they can hold you there, keep you there in the effort to question you more, they will. But obviously they had nothing to hold him on. They had nothing. Yeah, that may be what the person said. Oh yeah, my brother shot him. They still got to do their full investigation. And he probably went in. They probably sent an attorney over there or something. And then he was able to go ahead and go home. Potentially. I don't know. Okay. I don't know that to be fact. That's just how I'm breaking the situation down and how I'm kind of seeing it for myself. Give me 1 second, you guys. Please make sure that you're liking up the video if you have yet to do so. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. I just don't want my laptop to die. Hold on. And we're back, okay? And we're back. Thank you guys for coming in and liking up the video. This is sad though, y'all. This is sad as hell. I hate that she endured that. Like, I'm thinking about a lot of the trauma, a lot of stuff she's gonna have to deal with. You know, as I mentioned last night on the Ooh Ladies First panel, it's like, one, I think it was on the panel, but anyway, one, she got to deal with overcoming that abusive partner, right? Because it's very clear that that's the dynamic of their relationship. Not only did we see it from the video that was leaked, but also from the confirmation of the statement she put out, right? So you got to overcome that. Then you got to overcome the fact that the person that you may have cared about a lot, loved, or whatever the case was, is no longer here. It's one thing to like break up, and then you may see that person, you still can have interaction. Like that's that's dead. They dead. You can't have that no more. So now you left to your own thoughts, your own feelings, and then you still got to show up. The other layer is show up as a mom, because I believe she got a son. So even when you don't want to do it, you tired, you exhausted, you stressed, whatever you got going on, you still got to show up as a mama, right? Then on top of that, you got to deal with the fact that, layered on that was the accusations of her setting him up. Then you also had the brother, right, that may have been, or according to the police, is a prime suspect in the death of your partner that you loved and cared about so damn much, right? You got to deal with that. Then you probably got to deal with the family stuff when you kind of went on and said some shit after they told you and advised you not to say your fuck ass thing, and you still came out saying a little bit of extra because you didn't want the narrative to go on that you set them up, right? Only to say that he was leaving. I think, I mean, and I'm not an attorney. I'm just saying, you know, in my past life, I probably was a piece of one, who knows? But I'm just trying to look at it from that standpoint. Like, if an attorney, DA, whatever, took on this case, of course they're going to get their additional details, but they really going to be leaning into you if your story changes, right? Based on you going ahead putting that damn statement out. You put that statement out, they're going to drill in on that. When you say he was leaving, who were you speaking on? Who were you talking about? At what point was he leaving? Da, 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 da. Okay, can you address this phone call then? Yeah, like, it's going to be a lot. So, I mean, hopefully everything lines itself up accordingly to where, her brother, as him being the prime suspect, and they are looking at this as self-defense. Just because they're looking at this as self-defense does not mean that that's what it's going to be, right? I'm sure there have been people that's been looked at to the police are looking at this as a murder, right? And then kind of find out it's manslaughter or something like that, right? The charges may change. So just because they're looking at it as self-defense doesn't mean that that's what it's gonna be. And I know people may not like Kirk and Rasheeda, but honestly, I really hated for Kai, for real, because I do feel like he was operating like a brother likely would. Granted, I don't have all the facts. I don't know everything that really transpired, right? But my assumption is that he saw an argument or whatever, probably was sick of that boy for real, and he got tired of it. He trying to defend his sister. Things went left, and then it led to the boy dying. I I hate that for him. I don't know if that was his intent, which was really to kill him. But then when a person is walking away, I feel like a DA will have a field day with that. And you really gonna have to have your attorneys like seeing it your way enough, or being able to create enough reasonable doubt within the jury for it to appear as though it is, and it was a self-defense situation, right? But yeah, so that's part of it. But there is more that I wanted us to get into though, because the sisters came out about more. Let me see something real quick. Was that the same one? Okay. Okay, so did we get into this one? We got into that one. So let us get into this one. This one's a lengthy one, but we're going to go ahead and check it out. So this is what the other sister said, right? She says, Tevin and I's relationship was fantastic. He was down to earth and upright, amazing. Him and Kay's relationship was horrible. They were using drugs together and should antagonize him. I guess you mean to say, and she'll antagonize him. And from that video, looks like it was from last year during cold season, and only time I've known Tevin to allegedly put hands on her. She broke. Ma'am, I'm sorry. Huh? Girl, what? That's the only time you knew that he was putting hands on her? But then I just feel like their reaction to it was, and again, that's a family that's grieving, so maybe that's where a lot of this energy is coming from, where I feel like they're trying to debunk some stuff, you know? So she says she broke his she broke his necklace with his father's ashes in it. That gives no right though. If he was harming her so often and lived with her brothers, why did nobody ever not call the police? She didn't even call the police when he died. Mm-mm. I don't know. So she called his sisters too. Since his cameras everywhere released the videos of that day. I don't disagree. She said she broke his father's necklace that day he died. Oh, wow. Our relationship was never physical. Why are y'all posting all these things now? If he was such a monster, y'all know what y'all did, and God don't like ugly. All right. So then she shows a screenshot of what he messaged her. T Hood text her and said, BITCH trying to paint me as a monster. Okay. The videos kind of painted itself a bit, but that's what's being said. Okay. So then there was more that went on. It says if there's cameras all over the house, show the camera footage of the day of the shooting where he was leaving because she wouldn't let his daughter come over. Okay, it says show the Ring cameras. The next one says post the date and time this video took place. Okay, so I feel like she's coming from a spot of y'all trying to paint this out to be as though it happened on that exact day when it's not. We only speaking on that day, not what happened before. Okay, we talking about what happened that day that led up to his death. Now it's very possible. Now I will say this: if it did happen that day and they had cameras, I don't know why that footage was not released. Because to me, it would make more sense to release that portion where things went down on that day, right? But also, it may be a method to the madness. It's like, okay, we gonna paint it. I hate to say paint this picture, but we gonna release this footage, right? This old footage, and we gonna show you things that led up to this moment. So I got a feeling this won't be the last thing that we see. It's probably gonna be more than that that's gonna come. So yeah, but she said you stayed with him after this. It's summertime. I hate when people say shit like this. I'm not gonna hold you. You stayed with him. A lot of that's what how victims is. They go into that. I don't know what it is, but that's how we go. Blinded by the love. Eve already told y'all love is a blind and it will take over your mind. What you think is love is truly not. You need to elevate and find. I don't even know you and I kill you myself. You play with her like a dog and put her back on the shelf. You understand what I'm saying? Then let her go to school and better herself. She had a baby by your ex. You ain't give her no help on her big time hustler motherfucker. Okay? So I'm just saying, Eve told y'all that's how it be going. It be like that sometimes. She also said, so Kay put this tweet up in 2024. So when she put this tweet up, it says, I want to unalive some SHI for real. And this was back in December. So that's when the sister said, you planned this. Well, I have to be honest and fair, okay? I do. If you don't want them using footage that is old to speak on a recent situation, I don't think it's fair to use, an old tweet to speak on this situation. We gonna have to be fair about it. So if old is old, I get it. And I'm not fully opposed to everything that you're saying. I feel like, listen, release that. We would like to know what happened on that day. Will we ever see it? Maybe not. Okay, maybe that's for the police. Maybe the police already snatched that stuff up. Maybe they got all the footage for that day, and the only thing we could show y'all is past stuff, potentially. I don't know. Okay, I don't know. But let's keep going. She says you knew about him messing with Vanessa because you were too state the facts. Child. So are you talking about the friend that came to the front to tell us about Vanessa and stuff? You saying that she knew, or are you talking about Kelsey knew about Vanessa? Y'all, I feel like this is getting messier and messier. I'm afraid for Atlanta. I'm afraid for Atlanta. I'm not gonna hold. I'm afraid for it. That's why I don't be liking to go down there. Like I'm afraid for Atlanta. Okay, because this is taking it was already a dark turn, but I feel like the turn got darker. And I don't want nobody else to get pop, 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 pop. I don't want none of that to happen. Because this a lot. She also says you did all this just to have him killed. So we still saying she got him killed. We still saying she did. I don't think she did, y'all. I need more evidence, but I'm going to stand on the side that she did not do that intentionally. The way that she reached out to your mama seeking help, and yes, I understand a lot of people feel like, girl, no, you should have called the police. I completely understand. She reached out to the mama, right? I feel like she didn't want to do that. Now, granted, she could have kicked him out, changed her locks, threw all his shit out, and didn't give a damn. But she's still like, can somebody come get his things? Always operating in a space of protection when she's not being protected by him. Right? So I don't think that she unalived him. Especially being a person, or she set him up. Especially being a person that's like, I don't get my family involved because I know we have our issues, but then by the end of the night, we're going to be good all over again. Right? Then she goes on to say, and she says, you did all this just to have him killed and go on your page and say you love him and how you would lay with him same night. Okay. Child. So that's what's being said by the sisters. I haven't seen anything more recent, but it definitely seems like one of the sisters, and I believe this is yeah, I believe they're both the sisters. So one of the sisters seemed to have come not really to her senses a little bit, but she did recognize the fact that she don't condone the DV or anything like that. However, she still feel like, well, why y'all ain't really do something else about it? Why y'all ain't get the law involved instead of taking the law in your own hands? Whereas the other sisters, I ain't coming up off her ass. I don't give a damn. I don't care, bitch. Okay. I don't care. You set them up. I said what I said, and I'm standing by that, and I don't care what y'all talking about. So yikes. Now, I will say their mom definitely went over to Facebook and, she's been very vocal for the most part, where she was telling people to not support, Kirk and Rasheeda, not support the Frost and things. But let me see if she's put anything else up. Okay, boom, 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 boom. Woo, these people crazy. Girl, the people crazy. Okay, so first of all, let's get to this first. So this was one of the posts that was put up that says, when you tell the story, let it be true. Every lie will be exposed someday. Okay, so that's one. The other one was, if you ruin someone's life with lies, consider it a loan. It will return to you with interest. Okay, so this is like her response to a lot of the video and things that's been put out, right? So then, not too long ago, she made a post, and the post is unavailable. Um, a matter of fact, I think, okay, yeah, actually, it was the post that I just showed y'all. Somebody got in the comments and said, "So is you gonna speak on your son abusing a woman and her texting you all for you to just say, okay, thanks? Why didn't you call your son or go get him out that lady house? At least he would have still been here." Y'all are just the people is the people cutting up. The people cutting up. Wow. The people cutting up. So somebody says, right, the lack of accountability is insane. So this other person responded to the girl that said, you should have went and got your son, right? So this person says, because he was the check, that's why none of them was gonna check him and mess up what they do get. Now they check is gone, and they gonna try to get in. They're gonna try to get the check from publicity and the Frost. LOL. Ain't nobody stupid. Should have had all this energy and made his ass go to rehab, counseling, etc. He wanted to choke her in that video. You see him start to with his arm because he knows his hand will leave marks. He beats on women for sport. Wow. And you can tell by how he handled her. You must get beat on and enjoy the SHI, or you so what? Or you're so beat on, you're blind to it, or you flat out don't have a brain, because my son or not, I would have locked his ass up myself. Anytime them girls call or text me talking about my son beating on them, she would have them locked up. Now, this is just a random user responding. So then they said, and if that didn't work, oh well, if I had walked, can't say I wouldn't have stopped him, my damn self, as my own son, blood or not. So basically what she said, this person is saying is, if this was her son, and this isn't the mama saying this is just somebody else on the comments, okay? I feel like I want to show y'all just a little piece so y'all know this is just a random person that's commenting. And she pretty much just sound like she would have let her son get clapped. Oh, she said, okay, I'm gonna get his ass locked up myself. Okay, he might be safer that way. He might have still been here had he been locked up. I mean, no, the jails ain't that great, but I'm just saying, he might, who knows, okay? So that's one of the things. And the mom made another post saying, good morning, say what you want, but mama knows everything. The lies will be exposed. Stay tuned. Justice for T Hood. And then somebody responded, y'all are really mean. Somebody said, what lies, dummy? It's on video. I can't. Like, I don't think you had to call that lady a dummy. Like, that's not nice. I think that was very rude. Just don't think that's nice at all. Somebody else says, that's sad. I would be ashamed to raise up a son beating on women like that. Y'all got to do better. He was fucking her up in that one video, so I can only imagine the stuff we didn't see. I don't feel bad no more. Oh, my God. This other lady, The same one from earlier said, "It's on video, ma'am. I know you're hurting, but it don't matter what the girl did at this point. If she wasn't beating on him and your so-called proof, nothing." She says, "Beating on him and your so-called proof, nothing you have to say will matter in this. Maybe just accept your son was who he was. This isn't even the first female he did this to. Just the first one with brothers that was gonna make sure he didn't get to do it again. It's too bad y'all didn't put this much energy into getting him the help that he needed." Girl, y'all are, listen. Whoo, the people. Girl, the people said they don't give a damn. They sick of the people shit. I guess they done went down all up in the damn comments and just gonna let the people have it. Okay, so listen. Oops. Well, it's out there. It's out there now, and we'll have to wait to see what else gonna happen. What else is gonna go on? Is Kai going to be charged? Are they going to say this is self-defense? Is he going to be charged and then he has to plead his case in front of a jury and a judge that it was self-defense? Right? If it was indeed Kyle, I'm sorry, if it was indeed Kai that did it, because they saying he the prime suspect. I don't know if anybody else was involved or how it goes aside from Kay herself. But if it was indeed him, because we did hear her say her brother, we not sure which one, but they saying he was the prime suspect. So I don't know if they're gonna try to charge him and make him prove his case in court that it was self defense, or if they're gonna try and write it off as though it was self defense. I don't know. I don't know, because I think what's going against him are the shots to the back and the fact that she said he was leaving in her post. And being that she's already talked to the people and she told them it was her brother, I'm willing to believe she about told them that he was leaving too. The same way she came to us to say that. But I don't know. Maybe some guy told them that made them feel like, okay, hey, he was defending himself, like it is what it is. But it's a sad situation all around. And I don't see it being something that's going to end anytime soon, especially if this family is still trying to, seek justice for their loved one. So I don't know. I mean, I can see Kai laying very low for a long periodical time until this situation is resolved. And even when it's resolved, if it works out in his favor, he still got to be mindful, I feel, on how he move out here. Really, it's just really sad. And the person I feel for the most for me, and I understand some people may feel like, nah, she said I feel the most for Kay as a mom. You were in that abusive relationship. You got to overcome a lot. Somebody, and then y'all, I'm sure the funeral gonna be coming up soon. I don't know if she would want to be there, and that's really not gonna be the safest place for her to be if this family ain't featuring you like that. Don't show up. I don't think she should go. And they may not even allow her to even see him before the funeral. They might have an open wake, but then they might be monitoring it. They might say these are the people that aren't allowed to show up. I personally think she should just take it for what it is, and I don't think she should go anywhere near them. But I can understand if she wants to, for her, for her closure, for her healing and stuff. But I just don't think it's the best thing. I think you got to accept it for what it is. Take the memories that you have and go forward working on your own healing and stuff. Because you got a lot of stuff coming at you in a lot of different directions. Okay. And the sister's accusing her of doing drugs. I don't know for sure if she was or was not. I don't know. But should there be anything like that, that's your number one priority, is to clear all that up. That don't need to happen no more. Whatever you got going on, like, clear all that up. My other question is, I do believe she got a son. So my question is, was that son in the home? Where was the child when all of this was taking place? Did he witness anything? I kind of hope he was not there to see any of that. But has he witnessed these abusive moments before between you and this guy? I don't know. But listen, I feel like I feel bad the most for her. It's just a sad situation all around. But I definitely wanted to come and give you guys, my my update on the situation. Just go somewhere and get some peace and therapy. Yeah. Get your mind right. Another generational curse being passed down. But let's pray the baby breaks that. Let's pray that what he witnessed, he would never want to put off on another woman as he gets old. Hopefully, he learns, to be a better person based on the influences he's had in front of him. I've heard that too. I've heard that that's allegedly the father of her child, but I don't know, because that boy looked like he much older, whereas I thought they had only been dating for like 2 years. Her and this guy. Thank you, Mika. So I don't know if that's really her child's dad. I thought he only had one child, which was his daughter. So I'm willing to believe that's not the father of her son. I don't think so. Okay. This is a sew-in from The Glam Life. Right. So he's not the father. Kelsey got pregnant in high school. Boom. Okay. Thank you for that. I thought so. So I'm like, I don't think they've been dating that long. But that's pretty much it, guys. There's been no additional details to come out at this time. I haven't seen anything that the sisters have posted. That was the last thing that the mom made a post about. So just good luck to everybody. Okay. But I thank y'all for being here. Make sure you're liking up the video if you have yet to do so, subscribing to the channel, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.
Yeah, telling my priest to the choir, stand with my feet to the fire, give all the glory to God. Stand in the midst of these haters, I'm silent, nobody can stop me. Just gotta check in my notification, them numbers hit like it's a praxis. Cashed out at the ATM, and the ATL, they done made a gym. I've been kicking doors like the ATL, got them trying to clone me like ages. Yeah, game time, I invaded gym, high elevated, I could face the rim, putting shots up. I got laser focus, about to take it over, I'm Invader Zim. On a trip to Florida like it's A&M. Who that nigga, man, they say I'm him. Spit the truth, never wasting film, I can feel it.